Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see and learn a AWS service that is used to host my static website. Let's say I have a client where that client asks me to host this static website for him with less cost and high availability. He is asking me to store this static website and host this static websites for high availability. So my need is I want to host this static website. So client came to my company and asked to me. Then what I did, I'll tell to developer team to develop a static website based on the client's requirement. Let's say my developer team developed this static website as well, and they given this static website to me. Now I'll provide this to manage. I need to host this, or I need to deploy this, and I need to manage this, right? Yes. So in order to do that, I asked my cloud team. So dear cloud team, I want a help from you. That is, I want to host this static website, and I want to manage that particular static website related code or data. Then immediately, so whenever I asked them to host static website, then they told me an option, sir, we can able to host it under S3. So these are the two symbols. We can able to host our static websites by using AWS S3 service. This AWS S3 service provides us a advanced feature, that is static website hosting. We can able to create, after creating a bucket, we have an option to enable that option, that is a static website hosting. We can have a chance to host our static websites using S3 by using S3 buckets. That is, inside our bucket we need to enable static website hosting option. That's it. So whatever the files or code that we put under this S3, this will create a unique URL for us to route the traffic to the website. That is, by using this S3, we can able to host our static websites with less cost compared to other ways. So now in this video, let us see from starting to end, that is how to host our static website. So for this, I'm just picking some random code. Since the developers take care about the code, I'm just picking some random code. Here you can see this is how our HTML page code will look like. In this, we are having some head as well as we are having body. So inside head, we have the title. Title is nothing but the page name. Whatever the page name that you get, that is the title. Let's say, since I am hosting static website, so I want to put the name as static website. So at the title, I got this static website page. So like this, I want to get the title. So that's why I provided the title like this. This title will be visible on top of URL. Next, we have body, right? Yeah. So in the body, whatever the content that you write inside your body, that will be visible to you. So this is my first heading. This is my second heading. This is my first para. So like that, I'm just taking this. I'm just copying this. Now I'm opening a notepad. I'm just opening a notepad. There I'm pasting the code and saving this code. Now I'm just saving this under my downloads folder by using the name of index.html, and I'm changing the type as HTML type, and I'm just since I'm having one more index.html, I'm just renaming this with another name, that is main.html. So I'm just saving that. So you can see I have created one HTML page for hosting my static website, and I have also saved that file inside my local directory, that is inside my local machine, inside my laptop. Now what I'm expecting is, I'm expecting to create one S3 bucket, and inside that S3 bucket, I want to put my whatever the static website code or whatever the static website application code that I have written, that I want to put that data inside my bucket. Then I want to enable static website hosting inside that bucket. So for this, first we need to create the bucket. So already I have logged into my AWS management console. You can see I'm just searching for S3 service so that it provides me this. Now you can see, yeah, buckets option is there. Or else you just click on these three dots, you get the buckets option. You just click there to create your own bucket. So till now I do not have any buckets. Now I want to create the bucket. So for that, you have an option here on right side. I'm just clicking on create bucket. Here I am providing the bucket details. The bucket name, you must need to provide a unique name. So since this is a test purpose, test 001. So like that, I'm just providing some random name. And one more important point, you need to provide the ownership by enabling the ACL. By enabling the ACL, you need to provide the bucket ownership. So this is the one important point that you need to know. You need to enable ACL. Next, I'm just moving on with the default configurations, and now I'm just clicking on create. So before that, I just provided the bucket name, and I just provided the object ownership. That is, I enabled the ACL. That's it. I'm just moving on with the default configurations and clicking on create bucket. Now my bucket is getting creating. You can see on top we got a message successfully created bucket test 01. So now we can move, we can see a bucket is created here. You can see our bucket is created here successfully. Now I'm just opening it. Now I'm expecting to upload my file, right? Yes. So for uploading my file, so open the bucket that you created. Next you have an option, that is upload option is there. Then click here. Then you can get the option to upload the files here. So simply drag and drop is one option, and you can even click on add files and then select a individual file. I selected this main.html that I've created, and I'm just clicking on open so that it will be opened here. Or else if you want to add a folder of files, then you select this add folder, then select which folder files that you want to upload, and then click on upload. So currently for this demo, I'm just uploading this main.html page, where in this main.html page, I'm having my static HTML code that we have previously written. And one more certification question that I want to mention here is, you can able to upload up to 160 GBs of files. In S3 directly you can able to upload up to 160 GB of files. Let's say your file is larger than 160 GB, then what is the way to upload my file to S3 bucket, sir? You can upload programmatically either by using SDK or CLI or S3 REST API calls. So by using those programmatic way, you can able to upload the file which is larger than 160 GB. So this is one more important certification question that you need to remember. Now I'm just moving on. We have just uploaded the HTML file, that is a main static file code. So currently I'm having only one file, one static file. So that's why I uploaded only one file. If you have multiple files regarding your application, then you need to upload all those in the same order. Now I'm just moving down and I'm just clicking on upload. I haven't changed anything. I just created a bucket. Now I uploaded an object into my bucket. You can see uploaded successfully. So that message we found and succeeded status is also. I'm just moving back to my bucket by just clicking on close option. You can see we are now on Amazon S3. Inside our buckets, we created one bucket. Inside our bucket, we stored or we uploaded one HTML file that is nothing but a static website code. Now what I'm expecting, what I'm expecting is I want to simply enable my static website hosting. I want to host this application code. So what are the code that I've provided that I want to host? So for that, you have an option under properties. Under properties, under bucket, under whatever the bucket your objects are present, under that bucket you have an option that is properties. Under that properties, you can see an option that is static website hosting. At very down, at very bottom, you can see an option that is a static website hosting. So currently by default it is in disabled state. You must need to edit and enable it. I'm just editing it. Now I'm enabling it. You can see I'm just enabling it. So after enabling, you need to provide the hosting type. You are hosting a static website or you are redirecting your request from an object. So currently I'm hosting my static website. So that's why I selected my hosting type is this. And I need to provide the document name. So what is the document name? My HTML file name, that is a main.html, right? Yes. So main.html is the file name of my main source code. So that's why I provided this as my name. Then other details are optional and just click on save changes. Here we are just enabling the static website hosting. I just enabled it and I provided my file name where my main application code is there. Main page of my application code. I'm just clicking on save changes. You can see successfully edited static website hosting. If you move down inside your bucket, inside your S3 bucket, if you move down under your static website hosting, now you got some URL. So that URL, if you concentrate and see, then it will be like your bucket name, right? Yes, your bucket name. And so whatever the region that is present here, you can see US West 2. So that region also visible here. Then Amazon AWS.com. So that's it. Now I'm just clicking on it so that it will redirect to new page, or else you can copy and paste this URL on a new page. I'm just opening one more new tab. And now I'm just pasting the code there. I'm just pasting the URL there. You can see I'm pasting the URL. Yeah, you can see 403 forbidden error. So why do we get this error, sir? Since access is denied, so that's why we got this error. Even we can rectify this. I'll show you that as well. So even after you enabling static website hosting also, you cannot able to see that data directly. You get this error. So you need to modify the settings. You need to modify the options of your bucket. So under this bucket, you have permissions option. Under this permissions, if you observe, block public access. So whoever the public, that is by using HTTP request they are accessing, we already blocked that. So since users are unable to access even bucket, do they access the objects which are present in my bucket? No, right? It's impossible. Even bucket is not able to accessible. Whatever the objects which are present inside my bucket, those are not accessible, right? Yes. So we first need to enable this. That is a, we need to change the configuration from block all public access. So I'm just disabling it. That is, I'm just disabling it so that by default it will be enabled. That is, your all public access to your bucket objects will be disabled. That is enabled. By default, all the public access to your bucket is enabled. Since everyone is blocked by default, no one can able to access the objects which you put under your S3 bucket. Now I just disabled that so that everyone can able to access my data which is present in my S3 bucket. Now I'm just clicking on save changes. You can see it asks me for reconfirmation. I'm just reconfirming it and clicking on confirm. You can see saved, successfully edited, block public access settings. So this block public access settings are changed just now. Now we are accessing the traffic which are coming at this bucket level. So everyone can able to access this bucket, but this object level, we haven't enabled that permission. That is, users can able to access this object. We haven't enabled that till now. Till now we haven't enabled that object access, object public access. By using this ACLs, actually in object ACLs, you can see an option is there, right? You can able to edit that, and you can able to grant, the permission for everyone public, that is, who are trying to access this object. For them, you can able to provide the permission directly from here by using this edit option, or else you can have directly option here by just, if you select this, then under actions tab you have an option that is make public using ACL, make public using ACL. So by using those two options, you can able to make this object as public. So before making this object as public, let's retry to verify. Let's verify this object is accessible or not. We just provided bucket access. Till now we just provided bucket access. We haven't provided object access. Now let's move back to our HTML page and let's recheck that. You can see I have opened my website, that is a web page. I'm just reloading it. Still I am getting the same error, that is 403 forbidden error. Now till now I have provided up to bucket level access. Now I'm expecting to provide this object level access. So that's why I just clicked here, and under actions tab, we have an option that is, you can see at last make public using ACL. I just enabling it. So by just clicking there, you can see we came into this page. Now I'm just clicking on make public. You can see we got a message that is successfully edited public access. View details below. So currently we edited the public access for object, So now we provided the permission to public to access that object publicly. So I'm just closing this and I'm just opening the URL again. I'm just opening the same URL. Now I'm expecting to reload this. You can see the title was changed. That is a static web page. So whatever the title that we provided, that was here. And whatever the content that we provided inside my web page, that is even visible here. So like this, you can able to host. So from this, what we can able to conclude, our website is hosted. See, I am again reloading this. You can see our website is hosted. You can even copy the URL and open a new one more tab and paste that URL here. If the URL is not visible to you fully, then you can see HTTP, this is the bucket name, and S3 website. This is the region, in which region you hosted. This is Amazon AWS.com. So that's it. I'm just clicking on enter. You can see whatever the object or whatever the static website that you hosted inside this particular bucket that is visible here. So in this way you can able to host your static website directly from S3 bucket. In real time, developers will provide you this code for you, static website code for you. Then if you have an option, that is if you have a requirement to host any static websites, then you can choose this S3. Then you can prefer this S3. Inside this S3 you can able to you will create a bucket and upload the static website files in this. Then you need to provide the bucket access. You need to provide the bucket access to all the public. By disabling this, block all public access. If you disable this, then you are allowing all the public to allow this bucket, this particular bucket. Now what we need our clients to access this website, right? Static website. So that's why we also need to enable this. We also need to allow traffic from public to this particular object. So for that, you just select that, and under actions tab, you have an option that is enable public access, that is make public using ACL. You just click there, and you must need to make it as public. Previously only I have make it as public, so that's why I'm canceling it. So after making it public, then users can able to access your static website. So before that, inside your bucket, you must need to enable your static website hosting under properties. Under properties, you need to enable this static website hosting option. You can see you have an edit option. You click there and enable this static website hosting. So in this way, you can able to host your static websites by using S3 bucket. In this way, you can able to save your data very securely, highly available as well. If you store your data under S3, then your data will be replicated at least greater than or equals to 2 availability zones. So that's why it is highly secure and reliable. And in this way, in less cost, you can able to host your static websites by using S3, Amazon S3. So I hope you understood this video and you got a knowledge on how to host your static websites by using Amazon S3. I hope this video is contentful. If you feel this video is contentful, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye guys.